2019 was a good year. Honestly, it couldn't have been much worse than 2018. That is not so good, but still. I wanted to take a look at some of the highlights from this year and also explain some of the stuff you may have noticed with me or the other channels I work on, like how I pierced my ears again. Look at that. One of the first things that happened this year was setting up a company. We've wanted to do this for ages, and over the course of 2018 we got some really good advice about how to do this, which we finally did at the start of 2019. And we, by the way, is me, my partner, and a whole bunch of friends that we make stuff with. So now Odd Creative Limited exists. We provide niche businesses, so nerdy, weird businesses with media production, bespoke media production, so video for social media, product photography, bespoke music, voiceover, all that kind of stuff that companies need but can't really do themselves, even if they do have an iPhone in their pocket, you know. The company also acts as a network for this channel, the Conversation Hat podcast, Stab Panda music blog, all the stuff we do. And all of the stuff that we do acts as evidence for the services that we can provide, so it kind of supports itself in that way. That made sense, didn't it? Speaking of which, the Conversation App podcast is still going really well. We tried to think of a way this year to try and get ahead with recordings, so we've ended up doing monthly live stream recordings as well as regular episodes. You can watch the streams on YouTube using, I imagine there'll be a link on screen right now or in the description below. Aside from the live streams, I'm really excited about some of the episodes we've put out this year. Some of the guests include Rich Wilson, Jay Foreman, Catherine Mather. Those are my, I think, top 3 for this year, so I highly recommend those, especially as starting points if you've not heard the Conversation Hat podcast before. This year we started uploading more stuff to Stab Panda's YouTube channel with the help of Jay Plent. Jay is a great music writer and a great musician in his own right, so I've been really excited to work with him on this YouTube channel and on the blog in general. He's been working on the Listen to This series, almost completely solo, which is a series that I really enjoy, showcasing a specific independent band in each episode. So I've really enjoyed those. I've also really enjoyed doing the sexy singles blogs for stabpanda.com. I find they're a great way to cover some of the millions of review requests we get in the inbox every month. For those who don't know, Stab Panda Music is a music blog that I set up, part of the Odd Creative family now, and it focuses on reviewing and giving advice to underground independent bands. I've also wanted to revive the Pro Tips for Independent Bands series, but I've kind of been struggling to differentiate it from what I do on this channel already. That is a struggle I'm going to deal with in the future, probably. Throughout 2019, I continued to appear on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire with Mr. Spanner's Ready. I even did a live show, which was slightly terrifying. I found these to be a really cool way to reach a new audience that I just wouldn't access otherwise, and there's a certain legitimacy doing anything with the BBC, so I've really enjoyed that. More of those in 2020 for sure. In fact, we've already booked one in for, I think, February or March, so yeah, watch out for those. I went to some good gigs this year. Wolfpack, Melt Banana, Ninja Sex Party. It was a good year for gigs. Through 2019, I released a bunch of interviews on this channel with some of my personal heroes. The first one was 12-tone videos in March, and the others in roughly chronological order were Tantacruel, Dan Lasac, and Jay Foreman. Jay Foreman, who also appeared on Conversation Hat podcast this year. I decided I wanted to do these interviews because, well, I realised that aside from making music and talking about making music, something which I've spent a lot of time doing is conducting interviews. I've worked on a handful of podcasts over the years, a couple of magazines and a couple of different blogs, and I sort of realised that this audience here could really benefit from me having conversations with other people. And I feel a little bit dumb for only realising that this year, but whatever. I don't have any more interviews planned currently or in the works. just yet, but I do definitely want to do more. So if you have suggestions for people you want to see me talk to, the comment section would be a good place to put those. So my girlfriend is studying a master's in film and television, which I have to say I'm slightly jealous of, but whatever, because it turns out this is a great opportunity for me to write music for film. She and all of her classmates need music for their coursework, so enter me, I guess. Film music is something I really want to do in the future, and I've had a couple of composition gigs over the years, but not enough to really evidence what I can do. So this has been really great for me. Really happy to be putting into practice all these things I've learned about composition over the years, and also getting to learn about relationships with directors and creative people who don't necessarily know how music and sound works. So that's been really interesting and really fun to finally be doing that. I got to work on a variety of short projects over the summer this year, and I'm sure there will be more before she graduates in 2020, and I've gained my own little network of filmmakers, so there should be work in the future, hopefully. September, I released a single as Blue Alatar, which you can go and find on Blue Alatar's BandCamp, and I sort of did it because I could. I'd spent so long working towards the 2018 album that it felt cool to have something released just for fun, just because I could, with a relatively short turnaround, especially compared to the 8 years it took the last one to do. Yeah. Oh, I bought an 8-string guitar. Maybe you noticed. It's still dope, and I'm still picking bits of cake out of the... Oh yeah, there's loads in there. I recorded a 2-track EP with the 8-string as well. That's called Chaotic Good and is also available on Blue Alatar's BandCamp. That'll be bluealatar.bandcamp.com. It's pay what you like, so just have it for free if you want, or send me money. That would be nice. In October, I had a meeting at the Boss Roland Artist Centre in London. I don't want to say too much more about it at this point because we've not made anything official. We've not signed it in blood or whatever. That should happen early in the new year, and it will be good. Basically, it'll be good specifically for this channel, as well as for my career and reputation in general. But wait and see. In November, Odd Creative released the One Weekend EP short film about me and my friend Sai trying to write a 5-track EP over the course of a single weekend. The EP itself is pretty dope, as is the film, so you can go listen to and watch those two things respectively. You can find One Weekend by the Musical Endeavour on Spotify and basically wherever else you listen to music, and you can find the One Weekend film on this channel. Again, there should be a link up there or down in the description. I forget where links go, it's fine. December, coming towards the end of the year now. So in this last month, I decided to mix up my streaming schedule and format a little bit. I swapped out the one gaming stream I was doing each week for an extra music stream. I've not abandoned game streaming at all for SPLetsPlay. I just wanted to take a bit of a break, and we got to the end of the game I was playing, so I figure that's as good a time as any. The gaming channel is something I've been trying to kick off for a long time, several years, but the schedules of my collaborators just don't ever seem to line up. So I felt like I was streaming with no real aim, and with all these plans of having a team behind it, but the team never properly happened. So I kind of just wanted to put a pin in it with the goal of coming back to SPLetsPlay at some point, I don't know when, but I'm enjoying doing these music streams 2 a week now, and I'm enjoying doing stuff with hardware synths and multi-camera shoot type things, which is something I've wanted to do for actual years and I've been working towards for a long time. So I'm going to keep doing those. I'm going to maybe work towards doing 1 Cubase and 1 synth stream each week, sometimes 2 of each. Sometimes I might mix it up even more. I don't know. I haven't decided, and I won't. Probably. So what's next? What is happening in 2020? Well, that really deserves its own video, I think. So if you're watching this in the future, I will put a link up here somewhere. You can go and watch that video to see what's happening in the new year. Otherwise, just click on whatever YouTube recommends, I guess. See you there. Bye-bye.